So today I'm going to take you through one of my classic pieces. This is a Flmingo. The reference picture for this is a picture that I took in the Galapagos Islands, and I was so excited to see a flamingo for the first time. So I used the reference photo quite a bit for this one. But she changes all the time. The feathers change, her expression changes depending on, I guess, how I'm feeling. So you can see I've done the outline here, just a basic rough outline. And I have used a few sort of pencils here. I've used my Faber-Castells. So in a light beige is these feathers here. A sort of mid flesh tone, like a medium flesh, is her head area, beak, and some of these darker feathers down here. Then I've used a really pale sort of cream, and these are just for the detailing here. So her eye, and it'll be the top of her beak. And then for her legs, I've used her like a red violet. Probably the closest with Winsor Newton would be a perylene violet. So that's her legs here. Now normally in my picture her beak would be black, but because we're working on a black background today, I'm actually just not going to paint that in, just to get that beak to really stand out. I've grabbed a few brushes, as you can see here, a size 5 down to a 00. The thinnest I'll use on the details. On my palette, I'll mix in some cadmium scarlet and some opera rose, and these two will make the pinky orangey tones for her feathers. Then the key ingredient is actually Winsor Newton's gouache in titanium white. As you'll see shortly, I'll end up painting quite a few layers as the watercolour retains its lovely transparency, which is fine for the darker areas, but for those light pink feathers, I will need something more robust, more opaque, and mixing in the gouache helps with that. Step 1 is painting in that neck in the darkest shade, and then working my way around the top feathers. Once I've done one layer, I'll go back and repeat on the neck and feathers, allowing the layers a chance to dry in between. Then as those lighter feathers get more opaque, I'll start using a fine brush to give the feathers some texture and tone, working in small strokes and each individual feather. Now you can see that neck is dry and nice and dark thanks to that black coming through. Now I'll work on those bottom feathers. Here I'll try to make them all different shades, either by adding in more of the opera rose or more of the cadmium scarlet. Lastly, working on those smaller details to bring it all together. Her beak is done with adding a bit of Naples yellow, then her legs, as I mentioned, in a perylene violet, my favourite. To give you the impression that she's standing in water, I'm just going to create a little reflection and some ripples and finish off just relining her eye and her smile. So here she is, my classic Pink Flamingo on Canson's black text paper. I have added a small piece of gold and pink foil to her feathers, just for a bit of something. I think that timeless colour combination of pink and black is a winner, don't you? You'll have to let me know in the comments if you prefer her on black, or if you prefer this more subtle, softer look of this original. This one I've done on Archer's 300 GSM smooth paper. She's just that classic watercolour style. Both are available to order on my website, and each one is painted individually just for you. Thanks for watching! Thank you for watching my videos on Chameleon Studios. To subscribe, hit the link. You know what to do.